the service of ire.
Goddamn right, in the service of ire. A PvP coming up, herO versus sOs.
God, that is the sickest intro I have seen in a while.
Yeah.
Not even just the music, BK's just like, we need this now. And indeed we do. And here's how our matches have gone today. Bunny falling to his kryptonite herO and setting up a PvP for our final match.
sOs versus herO, two very different playstyles. These guys both very sneaky, very deceptive. I think either guy could take it. Once again, I'm going to predict sOs as I always do when he's playing.
You really can never count that guy out.
If I don't, this guy's had so much success. But herO's had some ups and downs throughout all of today. He was unable to prove himself in his first Terran versus Protoss. In the second, he was losing a lot just to Widow Mines on the map. He eventually overcame with good decision making, better unit composition, better positioning. But now it's a PvP. Now everything that we've been talking about all day is sort of out the window. It's going to be one PvP best of 3 to decide who survives and who's eliminated.
Our first map is Odyssey, Abyssal Reef, and then Ascension to Ire. Classic maps that both of these guys have played over and over again. The preparation is there, but only one player can move on. The GSL Codes round of 8. Who's it going to be? sOs has made it deep in the tournament to a finals, but neither one of these players has been able to secure that elusive GSL championship. The road to the round of 8 finishes right now for one of these players.
2017 Hot 6, GSL Season 3, Code S.
Mirror matchup in the bottom right in the blue, two-time world champion. He is
Jin Green Wings, SOS.
What does he have in store? They just get longer and longer with his camera shots.
in the upper left in the red,
Root Gaming, herO.
winning that last series. Now it's down to this PvP here.
I will say that herO maybe looked a little shakier in his series, but I guess you can really never draw too many conclusions from that because it was, against a different race. Now both of these guys have played each other countless times, and in a PvP, I mean, everybody gets the same units. There's very similar builds on both sides. Who goes for the 2 Adepts? Who goes for the 2 Stalkers? That's the biggest variation we're going to see.
We didn't see proxies right away here.
Yeah.
PvP's got such a range in builds that you gotta watch out. Sometimes you do end up in the exact same spot as you were saying, but PvP it's a funny matchup as far as mirror matchups go. Even on one base, there's such a range of different comps you can get and how you get there. If we get to them on 2 bases, the matchup tends to stabilize for a little bit, as there's no reason for either player to attack into the other one.
Yeah. I really want to point out that in a game where you can just do anything, there's endless possibilities.
Yeah.
The fact that we see 2 players going for almost exactly identical builds here is just somewhat remarkable. And here's the deviation I was talking about. One player will go for Stalkers, the other player will go for Adepts. And indeed, that's exactly what we have here.
Yeah, sometimes they both go for Adepts or both go for Stalkers. It's kind of tricky because you can scout them, but you don't know what they're going to go for until you see those units, and you want to try to keep that scouting probe alive. So they're both going to back up. Some of this does just go to where your army's position as to how this goes. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, both players poking out to see whether or not their opponent has gone for an early expansion. If you are able to usher, there we go, that scouting probe away, then you can get away with things like that. But neither player playing greedily, and we'll just both tech their way up. Similar start, but Twilight almost complete. And there's the Nexus actually behind this herO, taking an eco diversion.
Now, we see the Twilight Council finishing. Does he just want to go for Blink here?
Looks like that could indeed be the case.
That or something else. I mean, he's already getting Stalkers, right? So.
Yep. And there's
these the Adepts coming up here. There's the Blink.
Great scouting, though. herO knows there's no Nexus.
Now he's got to be careful. You can do a lot of damage to these Adepts. The Stalkers are pretty handy versus them.
Yeah.
Now, it's actually a Nexus. Okay, this is really weird. There's a Nexus hidden in the upper right at the gold.
Ooh.
Now, sOs sticking to his roots here. Now, there's 2 Adepts below that, right? Is that what's down there?
Yes.
I'm sorry, that's a pylon. Because right now this might trick herO into thinking there's an all-in, especially if you see Stalkers with Blink. And then what's going to be funny about this is the fact that he's actually going super greedy mode.
This is just
Hold
really
on. I think he's going to spot it.
No! Brilliant
Well, I guess
play.
you have to check the gold base every time, right?
Yeah.
You have to know that.
Well, especially against SOS.
Yeah, with a gold base on the map, there's going to be so much temptation.
Well, see,
Right
Odyssey is the map that herO pulled out his double proxy Robo build versus Bunny. I want to say in SSL challenge, day 1, week 1, first match, and it's already getting crazy. So if there's ever a player to take that gold, like you said, yeah, you just have to scout that.
Yeah. Well, some of the wind has been taken out of the sails of the build here for SOS, but herO is under pressure right now. Obviously, just having a gold base to your opponent's blue mineral base is not enough. So this can pressure herO to try to come in here and attack. Now, herO may be going for something that I think is pretty cool. He might actually try to just run into the main, realizing that the rest of the army might not be there. They might all be planning to protect the gold.
There's also a cool recall that just happened there, too, to reposition some of those troops. But, oh, wow.
Well, I can't believe he canceled there.
Yeah, that was actually a little bit of a mistake, I guess.
Whoa, really good blink block there. Okay, so he recalls back here, but I think there's 2 Adepts up there at the top, unless they were killed off.
There's an overcharge. The Adepts are getting damage done.
Whoa.
Wasn't enough, though.
But they're the 2 Adepts from before. Okay, you know what? He's fine. He's
Okay.
actually handled this completely perfectly.
Actually, as much as this was kind of a cheeky strat here for SOS, it does put the onus on herO to deal damage.
Okay, so worker count right now. Keep in mind, herO has a lot more workers. But also, SOS needs a lot less because of the gold base. So it's kind of funny how that works out.
I wonder if it's just going to be perfectly even. I'm not going to do my sabermetrics on this.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, we need a supercomputer to factor that out. One thing I will say is that there are Stalkers with Blink out, which his opponent doesn't have. I don't believe there's much map harass presence for herO here. So having Blink Stalkers for SOS might be pretty tricky to deal with.
Good control, but not a whole lot of value there.
Yeah, well, thank God for hero's sake he got the Immortals out. And so he's going to start, we have a Warp Prism coming here for herO. And SOS is trying to get the Observer. He may try to do some sneaky stuff where he's blinking into the main and then blinking back out. You know, if you have blink and your opponent doesn't, there's so much abuse that you can dish out.
Definitely, he's going to try to go in and maybe snipe a pylon, maybe snipe a stalker, and he does get one.
Dark Shrine now. Now the Dark Shrine from herO, it might be a complete reaction to the fact that there's a gold base, which is far away. There's a lot more to try to cover here. I think that SOS might be ready. If he gets one cannon over there, then this Dark Templar shenanigans is just not going to be worth it. He needs one at the gold base, though. We don't see it just yet. The Dark Shrine's almost done, by the way.
SOS.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's an observer over here.
Yeah.
I just saw it at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, there's a couple of observers. There's also one on the other side of the map as well. So
yeah, well, I'm thinking the one on the other side of the map might be there to try to blink in and do some harass that way. These Stalkers, though, they can't really get inside and do that much more damage, I don't think.
SOS is trying to be creative, and one effect that this has is just more pressure. Oh,
that was
nice
sick.
blink. He immediately recognized the significance of that probe and took it out. hero's setting up for a warp in on the other side of the map, though, so he knows he has to get damage done to this gold base, otherwise he will just be behind.
Okay, here we go. He's going to try to make it look like he didn't have anything there by having it right-click by for a second.
This many DTs just does a lot of damage.
It's actually really funny because he has the force field up. The DTs are like, fine, kill off everything that he has. So, some more warp-ins coming here. Now, the Stalkers could be used to try to counter back up here if herO moves out.
Oh, he's going to snipe the probe again. Yeah, he sees the probe, he's going to blink on it. Wow, delaying that third base even more.
Now, SOS doesn't know just yet this attack's coming up here. Now, he makes one of those DTs into an Archon. Oh, I'm sorry, two Archons now.
Yeah, both of them.
Now, even though SOS has been, it's been a lot of fun to watch. You got to admire what a sneaky player is. Is he just going to run over SOS here? I mean, I believe that the army is much, much, much bigger here.
Yeah, there's always a trade-off
for herO
that you make when you go for this economic advantage. Does he have enough to deal with that? The Blink Stalker's running away from those Zealots. Even though they're able to close the distance, they can't do the damage.
He's trying to come in now. Stalkers, along with the rest of the army, are coming around here from the side. He's going to try to come in here. Okay, now the force fields are completely shut down by the fact there's an Archon there. Gets the Warp Prism.
Wow, great control here by SOS. He's able to blink forward and take out the Warp Prism. herO? Not unable to break the base. It's
You
actually
know,
almost mined out.
He just gets us perfectly. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, he's going to go for these Immortals over here. Now, there's no Warp Prism to try to juggle these away. So I think all the Immortals actually go down, which means that sOs should be in perfectly good shape. He can expand behind this. He's got a much more impressive army. Blinking on top. The Zealots, of course, are going to force the Stalkers to try to kite back, which means that the Stalkers for sOs are just going to do more damage. And I think from here, yeah, it's quite straightforward. sOs takes another expansion. Notice he's taking the one closer to the gold base because that gold base should exactly perfectly mine out, and he just transfers the probes from one base to the other. And I think he can keep trying to put pressure on here. I think he actually can come in here and shut down the third Nexus, and that is almost checkmate, at least economically.
Wow. All right. No Immortals for herO to defend here. That would be a really big asset to have. But one thing herO does have are these DTs. They're going to consistently try to maraud the map and get any little bit of damage done. But this might be critical damage. sOs can take out this third.
Okay, Pylon Cannon goes up. Oh my God!
How does he save that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
insanity.
just it's a matter of split seconds.
I think it's almost maybe more valuable for him to save that cannon than it is to mine from that base. It's almost mined out, but I'll try to snipe the Observer and he gets it.
This should be GG. I don't think there's anything else that you can have here. So he baits out that. He's like, whatever, man. Backs up. There's no Warp Prism, right, here for sOs? I don't see one.
No.
Unless I missed it. If I did, sorry, guys. I don't see a Warp Prism with the army. I like the idea of the DTs coming here. I think herO's not even paying attention.
He just walks right by that base.
Yeah.
But man, canceling not one, but 2 third base attempts here.
Oh my God.
So much. I can't believe how good sOs is. This is just incredible. From being able to barely save that base earlier, now defending, he protect, and then he also is attack right now.
He's protect and attack.
But
and
most
now,
importantly, he back.
He back. I don't even know if he has to go kill the other bases. I actually think that I think there might be 2 more Pylon Cannons available with the Mothership core over there. But he just knows how to keep a lead, dude. sOs is so sick.
Yeah. Now herO did blink in and get that Observer kill, and that means that maybe Dark Templar will be able to, maybe push.
Well, there's 2 cannons here. It's like, I'm trying so hard. Okay. There it is.
Yeah,
GG.
there it is. Too much. sOs takes game number 1 against herO. Such a trickster, and indeed it's good enough. Game 1 goes his way.
That was really impressive. sOs wins that, and it again is sOs playing in a way advanced, weird alien supercomputer brain. Yeah. I'm a genius. PvP player.
He really is, and we're starting to get closer to hearing the sound of 1,000 liquid bets crying out and then being suddenly silenced. As sOs, a player that much maligned. A lot of players like to say he's in a slump right now. He's not up to his former style. You can never count him out. When will people learn? Maybe tonight.
Why don't you guys get it? sOs, so good, but it's not over yet. Maybe herO can turn this around.
Next map is Abyssal Reef. Plenty of proxy locations. Both players know them. They know each other's style, but sOs just continually outsmarting herO, who seems to be maybe just a little off today.
Let's see if herO can come back. sOs definitely, I say, overall, the player with a little bit of an edge here. Historically, he's somebody who comes back. He's La Cucaracha of esports. He does not die. Good luck, herO. You're going to need it.
2017 Hot 6 GSL Season 3 Code S.
Bagpipes.
Are those bagpipes?
They are.
No, there's not bagpipes.
There were?
No, they're not.
Generic green.
That's like a synth, man. What are you talking about? That's a bagpipe.
Synth of bagpipes.
No. No.
Tell me if there were bagpipes in there, guys.
Those were not bagpipes. That was
Tweet
like,
and call me tastes. There were bagpipes there, man.
Well, we know you're definitely not Irish.
Anytime
that much
my
for sure.
Root Gaming. herO.
Anytime my magic Irish shoes start doing the river dance automatically, I know they're bagpipes. I can feel it in my...
I swear those are not bagpipes. I'm so
This
ready.
is the most important part of our
This
games
is what we're
tonight,
here
guys.
is to decide whether or not those are bagpipes. That's part of being a caster. It's one of the harder parts.
I'm going to go back and listen to that. It's going to happen.
What is that new instrument? It's like a stick, like electronic, like a therma something. You like can pull and it was thermite or something like that.
Thermite is an explosive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm like, what is it called? A typewriter? You're like, no, that's not an instrument either, Tasteless.
Maybe there's just some ASMR you can deal with typewriter. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, we're just at mirrored builds here, so I don't really think there's a whole lot to talk to.
Well, maybe there is. Maybe one guy goes double adept, the other guy goes double stalker.
It's entirely possible, Taser.
Maybe there is.
Maybe that wasn't bagpipe music, but that's not likely either.
Yeah, those are not bagpipes, man.
Just telling you.
You're not. You're going
I know
down.
the luck of the Irish when I hear
Going
it.
down.
As soon as I
oh my
looked off-
God. History repeats itself once again. So
Sorry.
2 stalkers versus 2 adepts. Now, sOs is the blue player. sOs, last time went for the 2 stalkers. This time we have a role reversal.
Okay.
I feel like we need to put out some false information. Like, it's actually in the rules, guys, that they can't both go for the same thing. So they have to flip coins. And somebody on there believes me and is constantly confused, asking in chat, how does that work?
There's this player out there who's only ever played StarCraft Remastered or Brood War. He's finally watching StarCraft 2 for the first time. He's like, how does it work, guys?
Yeah.
And you're all misleading him, leading him astray.
I'm saying all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm like, the Terrans and the Zergs can leave footprints in the snow.
Yeah, you can track
or
them
the
around the
sand
map.
or whatever it is on this map. Yeah.
It makes it more difficult for them to hide proxies.
Yeah. If you make a certain upgrade as Terran, you can make little snowmen. I keep thinking this is snow. This is sand because we're underwater.
No, it's underwater snow.
Is it underwater? Okay, that's that would make. I
can't believe you would even make that mistake.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm rusty.
Global warming can't reach the snow that's under the water.
That's right, exactly. And if it gets too hot on this map, then that snow turns into water, and that's it. And all the snow's gone in the game.
Oh, well, we're actually in space, so sun is on the other side of the planet. And it can't reach this side.
Oh,
this
really?
is artificial lighting from the jellyfish floating up above.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes a lot more sense.
So I already thought this out, Tasteless.
So, both of them going for the quick nexus. We might not have a lot of action here to start things off. It'll depend. We'll see from the Stargate rather finishes if he tries to come in here and do some damage. It's going to be Phoenixes.
Okay. Yeah, Phoenix can get really crazy if they do get into like way high wacky numbers, and they don't have to worry about any Widow Mines, which is probably going to be good news for herO after he ran into way too many of those in his game versus Bunny.
Buna.
Bunene. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So it seems to me like he wants to pool the Phoenixes, which can be quite good. If you can blindside them with Phoenixes, they might have the wrong unit comp, or you might be able to come in there and just get a lot of the workers.
The adepts helplessly run around like ants underneath it.
That's right.
They do that bee dance where they try to tell each other that they're adepts up above, or Phoenix in the air that they can't shoot.
They're making those, what are they called? Those little golfers? Or is that the things that have like little words they say? They have different little, like little calls they have? Like it's a bird.
Prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs, I'm sorry.
Yeah, gophers are very quiet animals.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, prairie dogs
Sorry,
are loud
this is
ones.
this is why Artosis usually cast with me, because I don't know my animals.
Yeah, and then groundhogs, totally different. They're the ones that predict the weather.
That's right. They actually predict the future.
Then you got moles.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And then you have what else is there?
Voles.
Voles.
Yeah, much underrepresented.
Is that in the animal expansion pack? By the way, nice catch there.
I'm like thinking really hard about genus of species over here, and you're just like, oh, by the way, StarCraft. I don't know. I think they're in the same genus, but the families are at odds against each other.
There's actually a secret war going on?
Yeah, voles and moles. It's a little bit underground.
They're fighting a never-ending war. Oh, that was pretty good. They're fighting a never-ending war over whether or not Hearthstone's an esport. Don't you love these people that ask this question? Like, but is Hearthstone really an esport? I'm like, is it played on a computer in tournaments? They're like, yes. I'm like, there you go. Thank you.
Well, it's like the same people that are just like, which is going to be bigger, StarCraft 2 or StarCraft 1? I'm like, these are the people that are shouting into the wind. Like, they lock themselves in their room and they just yell at the wall as if it's going to answer them. I'm like,
they're one step away from peeing in the wind. Rapid.
Also something you should avoid.
That's
spinning
actually
into
an
the
advice in the Warcraft 2, if you click on the advice, like how to play the game, and you keep clicking around, that one eventually comes up. Oh no, it's never spit in the wind because they're not as vulgar as I am.
Oh, well, thankfully we upgraded to tasteless eventually.
Yeah, that's right. Whoa! Gateway much?
I mean,
SOS.
He's going to go for it. And has herO scouted this out is the question. I wasn't paying attention.
He's going to go Zealot Archon here.
Ooh.
I believe that's what the rest of the unit follow-up will be, with Zealot legs on the way here. And what you can do here is you can dump out all your gas and all your minerals and have just a lot of damage output right away.
In America, we call that littering.
Yeah,
just dump it all out there.
This is how we're going to do it. There's no recycling here. The only thing that's going to be recycled this time is going to be herO into another GSL as SOS is going to move forward here with a Hulk smash play.
Yeah, there are those Archons morphing, like you said, Tasteless, and here come the Zealots behind it. This is just such an interesting timing. SOS is breaking the game!
Heart palpitations everywhere. The studio here I don't know what that was, but let's see if he can actually hang on. He should have pylons in the right spot. The Phoenixes can try to come in here and pick up, maybe they get the Templars or the Warp Prism if they get the right angle.
Glaives is just not going to be in time to finish. There's more Templar warping in. There's going to form yet another Archon behind this. There's even more on the way at SOS. It's the wrong time to have a third base, man.
Yeah, and he's going to wait, trying to milk out the pylon cannons, and then just build up a stronger army. In fact, he could just go for it. There's no, there's nothing he can do. You can't force field this.
Yeah, he's found the way around the side, and even that Immortal, wow, that's the most inside a force field thing I've ever seen. Blinking forward, lots of damage being done. The Immortals are being picked off.
Very nicely done. 2 Archons in a great position. There's no way for those Adepts to easily get in there. In fact, he's going to try to come up here and get the rest of the bulk of the army, avoiding, oh my god, he's crazy. Look
he's also going to try to force field him off the ramp if he gets that opportunity.
Yeah, well, he can. He absolutely can do that if he wants to. The Warp Prism's up here with the rest of this. The Warp Prism's taking damage.
Yeah, Phoenix
looks like
coming in.
Will be able to get in here, though, and finish this next warp in. Okay, I'm a little bit confused as to the angle of approach here, but I guess it should be okay. Oh.
Now, the Archon should be in there to deal with like a lot of the Adepts up front and tank.
Okay, what was this attack exactly?
hero's just barely going to hold off. He's going to lose.
Drop it!
Okay, there we go. Drops the Immortal. Both it and the Warp Prism should die here. And yeah, there's the shade.
I don't understand. I thought that attack should do a lot better, but it seems like he wanted to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Okay, well now herO is completely fine.
Taste Fuchsia's kicking in there with some wise words.
I'm sorry. Like I thought he was going to go try to target down the 4th. He had sentries there. He could have put down force fields. He then tried to like move up towards the main.
I think the big mistake there was trying to commit after segmenting off the third base.
Yeah,
he kind of leaves that behind. It's like, okay, I can come back for that later. He thought he had like that one timing if he wanted to go for it, but I think in reality he probably should have just pulled back, taken out the third, and then expanded behind it.
That's what I thought. I mean, I understand this. The concept behind the strategy is that you come in there with so much damage.
Right.
You basically knock them out of orbit because they're trying to get this really proper unit composition, and you rush to something that sort of beats everything if you just come in there fast enough and hard enough. So herO's stabilizing here. Now that being said, having a Warp Prism with some of your army moving out on the map where it looks like SOS might just try to rinse and repeat here could be problematic. It's just one Immortal. I don't see another Immortal yet, and this is another way to do it. You come in here, start trying to hit some of the stuff.
Love the cannon in the mineral line. It's going to force out an overcharge as well. Now, SOS's Dark Shrine is going to finish up first. herO's is on the way, but it's just now going to complete, and this time it's herO's turn to put on the pressure.
Okay, he's got the Zealots warping in here, so this is going to be with the next attack. We're still waiting for SOS to try to come in here and do some more damage. No DTs warping in just yet.
Great control there, perfectly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Picking up and lowering those Adepts, taking out all of those Zealots, and now that Assimilator is just really going to take too much damage.
He was waiting for another warp in there.
Here come 4 DTs.
He's actually hoping that he can do more damage to his opponent. Look at that. I wish there was a word for a one pylon alone like that.
Yeah, it's a very lonely one. Oh my god! Sandwiches. He's going to come in there and be able to maybe take out the third base this time around, but he's going to lose everything back at home.
Okay, he's getting the pylon cannon up here. The Archons are being kind of stuck in the back. Do we have an observer over this army? I don't think that we actually do.
Oh, DT's going to come in here. Yeah, there is not any detection. I don't believe GG.
herO does it.
Wow, evening up to the series with those herO Dark Templars, and that's going to take us to a deciding final game. Doesn't get closer than this, Tasteless. Also, we're now back in the 80s.
It does feel like that did not quite do the damage that it. The initial attack I thought made sense from sOs, but I feel like the way he executed it, it seemed to be defeating the purpose of the attack, right? You could definitely smash down that one base. He definitely isolated those Immortals and killed them off. Maybe he felt like he had to go in there and win the game, but if he's going to do that, you don't split your army up. That's why you powered on 2 bases.
Definitely. You definitely have to hit that one timing. I think that's what Ihan timing means.
That is.
You're going for that one move, and if it doesn't work out, if herO, like we saw there, was barely able to hold on, well, the counterattack is going to be really hard to deal with. Perfect usage there of Dark Templar. herO able to bring it back and take game number 2. So now this is when sOs may be the most deadly. When he's cornered, he's backed into a wall, there's no way out. We pull out the Alpha Cheese, the stinkiest of Limburger.
That's right. What's the cheese that you can eat that gives you trippy dreams and you fall asleep right after it?
Whoa.
Is that Edam cheese or I forget?
We're going to buying some of that after the show, man.
Yeah. It's well, maybe he doesn't cheese.
I mean, this is...
Maybe he pulls the virtuous nerd Excalibur sword from the stone and says, with this music, observers! Ready? Wait for it. Expansions! Expansions! When you're ahead, get more ahead. So, we've loaded this up this map. Last map, Ascension to Ire. Let's see what happens. sOs versus herO.
2017 Hot 6 GSL Season 3 Code S.
In the bottom right, in the blue, he is
Generic Green Wings SOS.
I'm happy with either of these guys moving on. They're both
Absolutely.
So good.
I mean, they're both illustrating that they can play not only well enough to win, but their play style taking them there to victory.
Root Gaming herO.
herO definitely had a rough day today, facing elimination a couple times. Now he's made it here to the final match, in which we could see identical builds for a while.
You say that, but what if there's 2 Stalkers and 2 Adepts on both sides?
Oh my god, then those are the deviants we ostracize in our society.
Well, they're doing the same double gateway thing.
Yeah?
Now, we haven't seen them both do 2 Stalkers or both do 2 Adepts.
That is true, and I really feel like the big difference comes behind that. Both games, sOs has shown that he can play standard, and then there's that one turn in the road. And other innovative Protoss, maybe taking 45-degree angles, maybe 50 degree. He's just like 180. Well, that's backwards. Maybe it's like 270.
He's 360. Whoa.
Yeah, 360 Protoss scope.
Some guy at home's like 420 degrees. What is it going to be out of the gateways? We need that Cybernetics core to finish. Dun, dun. Dun, dun,
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Second Stalker comes in approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There it is.
Wow, you really called that one, Dave.
Yeah, dude, I'm so good.
I can't believe how you do this.
And by the way, the correct number was 13. So there we go.
Wow.
I was right. I decided to say it afterwards.
But you knew it ahead of time.
I did, yeah. I see things I cannot explain.
You know what I found the other day?
Yeah.
Speaking of like precognition or whatever, this guy had typed up like a Reddit predictions or whatever for who was going to win, and then so I saw them before I came in to cast GSL, and then I go back and I look at the comment, and I'm like, I thought he got them wrong. He got like all of them wrong, and then I go back and look, and they're all correct, and then I look right up above the comment, and there's an asterisk. He'd gone back after the games and edited his comments to the correct predictions.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do in this cast. I'm going to edit everything. We're going to go back for the VODs.
Like I mean, these are the true victors. These are the people that ask you where you're from as they run their Zerglings past your wall. And like, those are the true victors of the world.
By the way, they're both going Stargate behind us.
Yeah.
I think they're assuming that each other player would expect just this, but I might be wrong, but I feel like this should favor a Stalker player. Well, assuming he can keep all the Stalkers. Uh-oh, but he knows.
Dun, dun.
And herO stayed back. herO stayed back. And that means that sOs is going to come in here and see that Phoenixes are going to be in play in this game.
Oh my god, great strategy. It's just the one little thing you add in. Oh wow, did he get a probe with that? Is he going to get another one?
Recall!
Whoa! Got it.
He's fine.
32 HP.
Now, sOs is in the know.
Probe does get the scout off.
Does he get a second Stargate? Is that what you want to do? Or if you know you're both going for Phoenixes, do you want to just double down on Phoenixes?
Well, I mean, it's like Artosis said, the worst thing to have is one less Phoenix.
Right. But of course, his Phoenixes were coming out a little bit later.
What if you both have exactly the same number of Phoenix? You have this giant cloud of Phoenixes, Phoenixi, that run at each other, and then they perfectly trade out.
Okay, so they're both getting Robo. I guess they're both fine, Phoenix versus Phoenix. I guess, though, then again, if you think about it, sOs went for Stalkers, so if we came to a Phoenix versus Phoenix fight with the main armies, the Stalkers can at least shoot down the Phoenixes of his opponent.
Right. This is actually way more mirrored than I would have expected. We've got close expansion timings. We've got Phoenix on the way in equal numbers. And then also with the robotics facility at the same timing, too. This is just really wacky. I guess we get truly the closest game of them all to decide who will advance.
Oh, he's going to spot this probe. Great pickup here.
Yep.
But the Stalkers want to do a little bit of damage. Looks like he's able to just stay out of range, though. Now, if he gets in here and triggers the mothership, I'm sorry, there it is.
Oh,
and
no.
he keep doing damage. That means these Phoenixes cannot leave. Oh, this is beautifully done. sOs is so good.
He really is. And he might have, like, taken the nuclear bomb in game 2, but La Cucaracha survives.
No, he's not going to die. He's not going to go. Not sOs.
No.
There's absolutely no way.
And now that really says, well, why are you building Phoenix right now, herO? Because he's just never going to have more.
So this is definitely looking good right now. But there are Adepts coming out on the map, and these Phoenixes for sOs are flying out here to try to get some worker kills.
I think mostly for scouting. He's maybe going to try to pick up the mothership cores, running into so many overcharges.
Well, you know, he can actually go over there and get those sentries if he stays out of range of the mothership core.
Going to try to scout the third base coming down. You'll see that it's not there.
What is this at the bottom left? What are we seeing down there? He's making 2 Stargates.
Yes. Wow, so that's really creative. herO got in there, but he lost a lot of Phoenix. So he's going to say, well, he'll never expect that I'll triple down.
I love how smart these guys both are.
So many
their
mind
approaches
games.
here. Now, if that's spotted, then this is pretty bad here for herO. But I don't know if herO is going to go down there and see that. Oh, by the way, herO's hiding the Phoenixes. He moved them just away. So this is going to be 3 Stargate Phoenix.
Yeah, rarely do you see buildings proxied on your side of the map.
Well, I think he just knows it's just an unlikely location for his opponent to go to, especially now. So this is a very smart move. Now there's an extra Stargate coming down here for sOs, so they're both still increment, or not even increment. Well, each Stargate's incrementing that out, but this is, I gotta say, just very well handled
now,
here by both sides.
For this to be effective, herO will need to hide the Phoenix, so he won't be able to use them for a while, whereas sOs is continuing to be active around the map with his Phoenix, able to get little tiny advantages here
Is
and
this
there.
Zella gonna see this?
Yeah, the observers will show that it's rallied perfectly there to scout.
Oh,
or just not perfectly enough to scout. Now, maybe sOs can count Phoenix numbers and know, but the Zealot will not see it.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, he's just skimming the edge there because he thinks all he needs to look for is a Nexus.
Finally, he'll
Excellently
find it.
done.
And he can just keep these Phoenix here. They'll be infinitely valuable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I
think he just loses this fight, unless I'm mistaken. There's definitely more Phoenixes. Oh, you know what? herO just got, like, just the right angle.
Did they pop out at just the right time?
Yeah, well, also, he just targeted the right weaker Phoenixes. I mean, if you're waiting over those...
Oh, my God.
If you're waiting over those Stargates, well, then you can identify, who has how much HP and just target fire accordingly. So that's funny. We were talking about how if that's spotted, it's over, but I guess not, because...
Yeah. I guess we really did underestimate how weakened some of those Phoenix were, because great targeting, like you said, Tasteless.
Well, they were playing a really important role in this game of scouting around and trying to take out units, but of course they do lose their shields pretty fast, so let's see how much damage they can do right now.
Now, we saw herO lose his early Phoenix, so then he doubles down and builds 2 more Stargates. Now sOs is the one going for the cheeky Anion Pulse Crystals to get Phoenix range, saying, hey, you might have more Phoenix, you can just never catch mine.
I really like that Guardian Shield. That's really good.
Sick
If you're watching,
play there,
sick
Jason.
Guardian Shield there.
We put Craig asking about Guardian Shield in chat right now.
So, probably not the moment you want to do that. That won't really help you at all.
No.
So the Phoenixes are now regrouping. Definitely more momentum here for herO. herO could definitely take this game.
He's got that
it's tied
advantage.
up 1-1, by the way. SOS now, if there's any player who could be crafty enough to do this, it's SOS. He is going to get the Phoenix range.
Yeah, it's just about to complete.
Oh!
Where the overcharge is.
But he could get cornered up against the corner of the map. It's still, the fight started right before the range upgrade completed. Now, if he can do this just right, he can actually take out all these Phoenixes. He's slowly circling around properly.
Whoa! Sick!
Okay,
Tech just
he wins
hitting
the fight.
right at the perfect moment. And now, once again, SOS will take the lead.
Now, if he can push forward and take out those pylons powering the 2 Stargates, SOS, you know, he did this a while back where he just, it was in the opposite position where he had his opponent with range, you know, and he just got out there in time.
Oh,
that's
look at
funny.
this Zealot. Oh, my God. SOS. This is the point where Artosis would say he's too smart, he's too handsome.
Yep. He would say all that and more.
He just knows. And this is going to depowerify 2 of those gateway or the Stargates.
It's what we call an Amish expansion. And
that's Rumspringa across
that's right,
the map, man.
That's right. And yeah, that's going to be. Look, I think all that he has to do is try to make a few more Phoenixes and go in here and pick a fight. Actually, I'm sorry, he's not making a few more Phoenixes. He's stopped, at least for the time being.
Well, this is truly the true mind game. You put all this effort into getting better Phoenix, higher Phoenix numbers, and then you just stop and you go into something crazy else.
Yeah. He's getting more gateways. He can still fly around and try to do damage. I'm not totally clear for this defense over here. There is for this Oracle that may try to come in. He needs to blink right underneath this. Wait, does he not have blink? Maybe he doesn't have blink yet.
I would imagine not, but he will warp in just in time to stop the Oracle. He must be stopped.
Well, there's one cannon here, and it is going to go down. Nicely done.
Wow. The thing I want to keep an eye on is herO's Warp Prism. Our observer showed it. It's up in the upper right-hand corner, but looks like now it's coming back to his base. Was that an F2? Maybe he just wants to have his Warp Prism back at home so it's not in a threatening position.
Wow, okay, takes out the mothership core. Now, again, all these are bruised as SOS is keeping them active on the map. Oh, that's too bad he doesn't intercept that.
Pulling that Warp Prism back. I'm curious, so he's just going to go for a big push right up the middle. 4th base now coming down from herO. He's playing for a little bit of a longer game, but also pushing out for pressure at the same time.
So, he sees this attack is coming. Not clear on if there's enough in the right position here. Seems like with Archons of his own, he should be pretty much okay. Just one Immortal here for herO as he pushes out. Now, he's not bringing these Phoenixes back here, so he's not going to be picking up the, for instance, the Immortal in this fight. I don't know if herO can actually attack in here, though. I feel like they're even enough on everything they've got. Granted, there's not really a Phoenix army at all here, so maybe the army for herO is a little bit beefier.
Yeah, they are very even tasteless, so...
the thing is, the Phoenixes can just kill the Warp Prism, and then I guess the Warpins might have it.
Yeah, there would be that defender's advantage if there's not like an extra proxy pylon, and I don't see any. Well, I guess that's how you get
great blockage there.
Nice warp in. SOS is being active with his Phoenix, but I don't think they've done damage in a while.
Well, this is going to be one great pickup they get here. If they can actually take that out, nicely done. God, that really shows you how powerful that range attack is.
It really is. That's been really key in a lot of our games here today.
You're not trading anything. You're not losing Phoenixes when you do that if you control it right.
Yep. And both of these players, masters of control. Oh, sick Phoenix. What was that? Was that
feedback?
I was trying to say feedback, but then I said Phoenix instead. I was just lost to what to say, but I figured it out eventually. This is going to be a lot of economic damage done, lots of probes being picked up, and decent control will protect most of those Phoenixes, so we'll make it out alive.
SOS is still on 3 bases. I don't see him. Okay, I'm sorry. Just as I say that, he makes a 4th. I was going to say he needs to make a 4th or try to attack.
This game is still not powered?
I guess this additional base that's over here, it really isn't mining that much. I do think the herO might have the better, bigger army, but I think with the way this map's shaped, it's going to be tough for him to attack into SOS, so the game might just go on.
Game kind of reminds me of like one player, like they're both playing Connect 4, but herO completed it first. They're just lining up their bases on both sides. We could just go into a crazy late game here if neither player's able to bust.
I think the way this is set up, especially the 3rd and 4th base for both sides, that's kind of hard to push into. Like, even if you have a lot of Archons, the Archons don't filter in that well.
No, it's hard to get a perfect concave of Archons. perfect silence.
That's it. We don't cast once again for the entire. It's like yeah, that's right. We pretty much said everything there is to say about StarCraft 2.
Taking a vow of silence now, Tasteless.
This is pretty cool. Taking out this one immortal.
Is that gonna take 2
definitely
lifts?
more immortals, I believe, over here. Yeah, no, that takes more than just 1 lift for that. I think there's only. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's actually 2 immortals here with this army for herO as he rotates around. Definitely more, although not necessarily that handy to have that many immortals for sOs. I mean, it's like the herO army is stalker rich.
Yeah. I mean, Archon Immortal is pretty much the god comp for ground armies here, unless you want to mix in like Disruptor tech. But with a secret warp in here, this is herO's time to shine.
Ooh, bad angle though here for herO.
Yeah, and he might have just lost a little bit too much. Phoenix run in, but they're going to get gunned down. But oh my god, this could deal a lot of damage with a big warp in the main.
Okay, trying to get these pylons. Looks like some of these warpins are just barely going to finish. Meanwhile, sOs is in pursuit. Some adepts are shading back. He's realizing there's a lot of pressure, a lot of threat here in his main.
Oh no, and all those gateways going to be unpowered again. This is going to be, whoa, the pylon just barely survives. Production still in there. No, he needs to control.
He needs to get that unit.
Oh.
Huh. Looks like sOs still trying to be cautious right now. Supplies are 154 to 181. Worker count's nearly the same. So sOs is a little bit tougher, a little bit scarier. He is unpowered slightly on those gates, but he's already close enough to maxing out. It's not going to be too impactful.
Yeah, and 5th base already on the way there for sOs, so continuing to try to get that up. And sOs has a big advantage right now, and he's trying to push out across the map and use that. But there's tons at home for herO to defend, and with a mothership on the way, that could be just enough for him to hold off sOs' superior army.
Do we have an observer with the army of sOs? I'm not sure we do,
Yeah,
which would be bad.
I don't see one. This mothership could pop up just at the nick of time. He wants to pull back. He's holding on, and now finally sOs can see that mothership morphing in. It's not going to be completed.
Okay, there's some zealots warping in over here, but it looks like he should be able to get this 3rd base. I don't see the observer.
Trade.
Well, this is not. I don't know.
No,
Think actually can't kill this fast enough. Maybe there is an observer with this. I'm sorry. We have 2 observers on the map for sOs. I don't know where they are. I know that he knows about the mothership that was coming in.
Yeah, but does he know that you know that he knows?
Yeah,
That's the question right there.
That is the ultimate question.
sOs now pushing in with what feels like just barely too much. He backs out.
Well, I think he doesn't want to overextend here. sOs is basically maxed out. herO, his supply is low enough that everything is basically under threat. DTs are being warped in to clean this up. Easy peasy.
Yeah, and I think sOs is just going to back off, crush this 4th base, and at that point he knows herO will just never be able to come back.
Oh, he's doing the smart play, right?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I have the big scary army. Let's just slowly disassemble you.
Checking for observers. It looks like there are a couple out now. So
1 down. Still two observers on the map. Don't know where they are unless they've been over that army. We just didn't see them, guys. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Spotted.
We have observed the observer.
Yes.
In fact, our observer has observed the observer.
This is so meta. This is so crazy.
Heard you liked observers, so we observed.
Observed the observer.
Yeah.
Observed and observed. herO's going to try to come back now. Now, we don't see the mothership with this army. In fact, it's being remade somewhere else. But this army's also stuck. Archons and Immortals don't run away that easily, nor do Zealots.
Unless you just let them. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's not going to pursue that hard. I think he's afraid of just a few Adepts coming in here and ruining his day.
Well, Mothership will complete here, and I mean, it'll be a very powerful individual add-on to herO's army, but I mean, sOs just so powerful. Already maxed out. He's 90 supply ahead of his opponent. Again,
he doesn't seem to be quite. sOs doesn't quite seem to be able to close it out. And I think it might be a little bit more ambiguous what the supply truly is of his opponent. Just now scouting that hidden base, keeping these Phoenixes alive. A probe transfer heads down here, but of course I think it's inevitable that this base is eventually wiped out. Just now missing the probe transfer itself.
That's
115 supply for herO, 200 for sOs. He's so close to closing this out.
And he's finally identifying, yeah, if he just goes for it now, there's no way he doesn't have enough. He even catches plenty of probes and transferring. He's going to destroy this base, and I mean, sure, you've got the Mothership, but there's Revelation.
Problem is, I don't know if you can outposition this. I think there's something headed to the south right now. Take out this last base. I mean, herO cannot possibly max out, at least for a long time, this game.
There's just no way. I mean, there would have to be some drastic misplay with like detection if he just doesn't have anything to catch DTs, or yeah, I just can't really think it through. It seems like sOs is really poised to advance.
Still waiting to see what herO's going to try to do to sneak out on the map.
Oh, herO.
Problem is,
You will try. Okay, well, that's not great.
I'm sorry, am I mistaken? Does he not know? Does sOs not know about
No,
this bottom base?
he does not know. He
He's
saw
just barely
probes
missed it.
running down there with the warp.
Oh, no,
prism.
he's got it. Never mind, he's
there it
good.
is.
Okay.
All right.
That's the big thing I was wondering. And herO's expansions are getting more and more desperate, and I think even seeing the army up here, you know. Okay.
Maybe he didn't have detection with that.
Gonna go back down here and try to save the
yeah,
bottom.
try to save it. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get the expansion at the top as somewhat of a decoy, but it seems like sOs is fine. He's opened up just enough supply that he can constantly make Dark Templars, and he's pretty much okay.
He catches the pro. No, those are sent to die to free up supply. So, yeah, I feel like eventually herO's just going to be pressured into attack, and he won't have enough. I mean, we keep saying anything can happen, but
No, not anymore. I think this is...
so anticlimactic, tasteless.
Well, look at this map, man. What do you want to do? I mean, herO's got some of the most bizarre locations he's expanding to. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to just get some location up and running so that he can eventually recuperate and get a big enough army. But look at the amount of minerals and gas that are banked here. Even beyond this big attack. Okay, he tags it. Uh-oh.
Oops.
Ruh-roh.
I mean, he's should have recalled right there to the base. No, he actually recalled way back up to the northern expansion.
So he's going to try to force a base trade.
I mean, herO is really just like that never say die guy, and he's still trying to now counterattack. Okay, it looks
Can he
like
actually recall back on the Nexus? I think there might be too much damage done back here.
I'm not sure if he has enough energy either.
Oh, he does.
Okay.
But he's not going to do it.
Yeah, any Nexus he destroys is going to be more valuable than one that sOs takes out. That was a big mining base, though. And then, yeah, he'll recall the one he needs to save.
Hello. So he comes over here now. This may force another recall here with the mothership to go back. Now, there are still 21 workers here for herO. They're unable to mine effectively everywhere, and that's why sOs has such a considerable lead. Right now, what herO has is what he gets until he can get a base up and mining. sOs is allowed to lose a lot of units. Now, granted, there's almost no gas there. Even Zealots alone warping in around the map can wipe this out. I think it's just a matter of time before herO taps out, and sOs should be the player to advance in that second place spot this game, going up against Solar.
He's going to try to go into as much desperate damage as possible. He gets the Nexus kill and then recalls back home.
The thing for him is he has no idea that this is such an insane amount of minerals here for sOs.
Yeah, sOs has got plenty of minerals banked. He doesn't have a lot of gas, so there is no insane world in which there's any chance.
No. I mean, sOs would have to make a huge mistake. I don't blame herO for trying. In fact, I respect it. But as long as he can keep chasing this down, now herO's basically relying on the fact that he can recall back home, and therefore kind of attack and kind of defend at the same time. But he doesn't have a mining base. herO does not have a mining base, whereas you can see clearly sOs is still mining. He's basically okay. He's following the rules of StarCraft, is that you need to be able to mine. This army's going to push out. I think if sOs has some solid defense and can keep trying to intercept this, he's okay.
He's going to keep trying, like you said, Tasteless, to play these guerrilla tactics, rely on being able to recall back home, but I mean, he just has a dwarfed army supply. He's over, wait, is that half? Yeah. So he's half his opponent's supply. sOs, just knowing solidly if he keeps in this game, he will eventually win.
Now, I don't think that herO has enough. Yeah, he does not have enough money, at least yet, to make another Nexus. He is long distance mining, it appears, to try to achieve that. But let's say that he gets that, gets the Nexus up, and then sOs smashes that. I believe he has to tap out. I fully respect herO for doing what he's trying to do here, which is, use all the tools that he possibly has to try to just get into their base, do anything you can to win.
And that is true. I feel like a lot of people might disrespect herO for hanging on in a match that we as observers, as omniscient, spectators are able to correctly analyze. But there is something to be said for the tenacity that it takes to play the long game when you are
There
behind.
it is. GG. He taps out.
That's going to run out. It is sOs who will advance to the round of 8 to play against Solar. And you can see even, not the sadness that we saw from Bunny at his elimination, but herO kind of happy. Both these guys very, very good friends as Protoss players. They have, they're hugging beforehand, and herO still cannot be too happy about that defeat.
No.
He's out in the GSL Code S for this year.
I enjoyed that series. Those guys make some great PvPs.
Yep.
I think a lot of that comes down how brilliantly sOs handled the Phoenixes. He kept coming up with a response. He got them in the right location. Then he managed to just keep his lead,
Wow. Well, we're going to head over to an interview to find out what our thoughts are for one of the best interviewers in GSL. It's sOs. So congratulations, you've advanced to the round of 8. Congratulations. But you're the second player to advance tonight, but you're the first Protoss. How do you feel?
8강을 갈 수 있을지 고민이었는데 연습 많이 해서 갈 수 있었던 것 같아요.
Well, I was really worried about whether or not I'd be able to make it to the round of 8, so I'm really happy that I have made it there. So once again, you defeated herO on your way there.
준호가 잘하는데
How do you rate herO as your opponent?
서로 심리전 싸움을
Well, I think herO's a
거는데
really
거기서
great
제가
player. And especially when we face each other, we always, he always fear the mind games. So in terms of the mind games, I feel like I really won that today. So when were you really sure about your victory there?
역으로 한번 잡아먹고 그 상태로 운영을
So once all my Phoenix were killed,
제가 제공권을 잡고 있기
and
때문에
later I came back and killed all of his Phoenix.
제가 그
So then I thought,
2세트나
well, I have dominance in the air army.
져가지고 오늘은 천천히 이기는 컨셉인 것 같아가지고
Well, that's a really big
최대한
advantage.
이기고 싶어서 진짜 천천히
And when I consider all of my matches against other opponents, I was in a big hurry to finish the game, and it was my undoing. But this time, I was very slow and methodical at finishing out the game. So I tried to take it to the late game and be very patient.
그런 빌드들을 꺼내게 된 배경이 있을까요?
우선 어비셜 리프가 테란이
So
굉장히
there were a lot of unique builds that you tried today.
그래서 상대 선수가
Your
제가 뺄 거라고
Colossus
생각해서
Phoenix
제가
composition,
그냥 연습 역으로 엄청 많이
very
해서
interesting.
준비해왔어요.
아, 역시 준비성이.
Yeah, I prepared all these builds and practiced a lot for today's games.
우선 4차관이에요?
So I used the builds that I had practiced in today's matches very well.
좋아해서 맞춤식으로 꺼냈었는데
Good job.
처음에 예언자가
So the builds I used against
할게 아무것도
Bjorn,
없더라고요.
I know that sometimes Terrans don't really scout, so I prepared a lot of builds that
자, 오늘
punish that.
참 재밌는 경기 많이
But
보여주셨던
it didn't
것
really
같아요.
work.
앞으로가 더
Bjorn
기대가
did scout
되는데
that.
이제 만나게
And,
될
so I GG.
상대는 A조 1위 강민수 선수입니다. 저그전은 어떠세요?
So you're going to face Solar in the round of 8 in Group A. How's your matchup versus Zerg?
그냥 다 힘들어가지고
네.
근데 연습 많이 하면 좋은 결과 있지
Well, except
않을까
PvP
오늘 생각하고
matches,
있어요.
all
네, 오늘 경기가
my
비상의 시작인 것 같습니다.
matchups I've
앞으로가
kind of
더
struggled
기대가
in.
되는데 이제 앞으로
against
가고
the other
말씀
races.
들어볼게요.
네, 우선 8강에
So what are your
올랐는데
goals and what is
8강에서
your
붙지 않고
determination
4강
like going into this
결승까지
round of
가는
8?
모습 꼭 보여드릴 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
He said, yeah, I just advanced to the round of 8, but I'm not satisfied yet. I am going to try to
이렇게
work on
치열했던 오늘
advancing
경기의
higher
승자 김유준
and
선수를
higher.
만나봤는데요.
Congratulations,
오늘 경기
SOS.
최종 정리 확인해 보겠습니다.
Gotta love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, this is a lot of fun. Rapid.
Yeah,
I always
absolutely.
enjoy cast with you. I think you did a great job today. We definitely had a lot of great TVPs. Definitely tell your friends to check out the VODs of today. The PvP was a nice little twist.
It really was. Lots of different builds. Even if you see the score line about who beat who, the games really were not quite as cut and dried as that. So,
Good luck to Bunny in the future.
absolutely.
I think he has to keep training. He did seem a bit heartbroken when he lost.
well, here's a look at our next matchups coming up. If you liked our first Group A, that was all Terrans with one Zerg, this is all Zerg with one Protoss Classic.
So we're going to have at least one Zerg advance no matter what. Classic's got, I don't want to say easy practice because the opponents he's against are very tough, but at least he has one matchup he has to work on. Sue, Dark, Rogue, those are going to be some ZVZs that are going to teach you everything.
I mean, so you have Dark, the best Zerg in the world.
Right.
Then you have Sue, the best Zerg in the world. And also Rogue, who is now almost the best Zerg in the world. So really, it's like, well, how do you really like rank those? It's like a trifecta.
You got to wait until the day is done on Wednesday. Guys, we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining us. Good job today, Rapid. We will be back on Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. KST. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.